you ought to go ask for a refund.
So this probation violation hearing comes down to a decision the judge is just having a hard time understanding. The defendant tries to explain why he did what he did, but the court keeps coming back to one basic question. Why in the world did he think that was going to work? Watch how the judge tries to work through his logic. My name is Dan. This is the Courtroom Files.
This is 25 CR 810, Michael Barnes. Violation of community control. Violation June 2nd, brought a substance to probation that was not valid urine. You understand that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
June 2nd, submitted a legitimate screen that tested positive for amphetamine and methamphetamine. You understand that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Novotny.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd like to waive the probable cause and final hearings and admit to the violation.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes. Yes, sir.
What's your plea to these allegations?
I'm guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. So this is the third time you've done this in a very condensed time frame. Why do you do this?
I believe I need help.
I believe you need help too. That's why I put you on probation and sent you to treatment.
And then I went and seen the mental health, wellness health person. They put me out like 2 months out from seeing a psychiatrist. It's a little long, I think, in my opinion, but it's hard to.
Is that behavioral wellness group?
I went and seen him, yes, and then.
Where's that located?
In Mentor.
Where at in Mentor?
Right on Mentor Avenue, I believe.
Who did you see there?
John, it starts with an F, I'm not too sure how to say his last name.
Did you inform your probation officer of that?
Yes. And I told her that the psychiatrist meeting was a month out, but it's actually 2 months. I messed up. I thought it was June 20th, but it's July 20th.
Ms. Henley?
I have in my notes that it was June 20th, but is there a possibility I got that date from?
You got it from me, but I gave you the wrong one when I went online to look them up, to look up the dates, my appointments. It was July 20th.
Okay, so where do you keep getting the meth from?
Well, I found the second time I found it when I was cleaning out my room. Well, this last time. But before that, I got it from a buddy at work.
How long has he been in now this time, Cindy?
7 days.
So what are you gonna do about this?
I asked for rehab, but they were talking about neocab, but I figured I was in neocab in 2021, so I figured like a rehab for bout drugs would be better than correctional thinking.
Well, your thinking is all screwed up. You seem to think that you can walk in with, where'd you get the fake urine from?
I bought it at a store,
What store?
Papa Smokes
Where's that?
in Mentor.
What exactly are you buying?
Synthetic urine.
What kind of urine?
Synthetic.
Synthetic urine.
Yes.
Is that where you got it the first 2 times?
Yes.
It didn't work the first 2 times.
No.
Then why did you think it was gonna work the third time?
I didn't plan on using it first. The last time I was coming in to talk to her, and then she just sprung it on me real quick, so I used it instead of talking to her first.
The third time you used it?
Yeah.
You didn't know you were gonna get tested?
Not at the beginning. She usually tests
You
me
see,
at
your
the end.
thinking is all screwed up. If you used it once, it didn't work. You used it a second time, it didn't work. and now you use it a third time, it didn't work. Your thinking is all screwed up, because you thought it was gonna work, right?
I didn't want to use it the third time. I planned on talking to her first, but then she sprung it on me, and that's when I
So you brought it just in case.
pretty much, yes.
Okay, so your thinking is all screwed up.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. You need to unscrew up your thinking. In addition to stop using drugs, you need all kinds of help. Now, you've been given an opportunity for all kinds of help and you won't do anything about it. That's the problem.
I mean, just going to talk to a guy once a week isn't really helping, I wouldn't
Well-
say. I mean, meetings and all that kind of help, but
Okay, well, don't you need to figure out what helps? If going to talk to a guy once a week doesn't really help, then what's the point of going to talk to the guy once a week?
I mean, but it takes time to figure out what works for me. What I would say, it's
Right.
gonna,
Well, in the meantime, you keep going to the, how much you pay for that crap that you bought there?
synthetic urine.
Yeah,
It's like $23 or something like that.
okay. You ought to go ask for a refund, because their
Yeah.
fake shit don't work. But the problem is, it doesn't work and you keep trying.
I keep using it, yes.
Ms. Novotny?
Your Honor, we were just asked to continue community control at this time. Ultimately, we'd ask some sort of form of treatment. I know discussions are with NeoCap. I know we're talking with Mr. Barnes about that. He just wants any form of treatment at this point in time. He knows that it's necessary to remain his sobriety. He did work at PET processors. He's been at that job since last April, from my understanding, as a maintenance man. He did inform me about his behavioral wellness, how he was getting started with them, and that how his appointment was 2 months down the line to see a psychiatrist. He does have 2 children, and from my understanding, Your Honor, he has also been up to date on his restitution payments in his case as well.
So you went to this, what were you doing besides this behavioral wellness group?
They wanted me to do 3 meetings, AA meetings a week. But I didn't start them because I just found out that Friday before. But he said I can also do NA meetings, which I was trying to figure out about them too, because I have never been to them before. He said they're harder to get to than AA meetings though. They're harder to find.
All right, I'm gonna keep you on community control. You're gonna serve 42 days with credit for 7. The last 30 days, you'll be in the jail treatment program. Complete it and follow the recommendations. And you're gonna complete the NeoCap program and follow those recommendations. And you're gonna then comply with all the other terms that I gave you back on December 10 of last year. In addition to May 19th of this year, you to comply with those conditions. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we're running out of time here. So you either decide you're gonna do something about your meth problem, or you're gonna decide you don't wanna do something about your meth problem. Understand that?
Yes, I do.
Anything else, Ms. Novotny?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Henley?
No, Your Honor.
So here's my personal take on this. You know, you could say that the guy's logic broke down, but personally, I don't see where there's any logic at all. Trying to use fake urine once is a bad enough decision. Trying it again is worse, but a third time, at that point, the judge is basically asking the only question left, and that's, what exactly did you think was going to happen? That's my take on it, but I'm curious to know what you think, so take a moment and let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and check out one of the two that's on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching.